shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Behave yourselves!
Hello YouTubers out there, this is Jerry Saravia at the movies. So I am very briefly going to talk about this movie called American Bigfoot. There are at least 2 or 3 other movies with this title. One is a short documentary about Bigfoot directed by Bobcat Goldthwait. I can't even begin to understand what that's all about. It is a documentary, but whatever. Okay, so this one was, the alternate title was Camp Out from 2017. Sometimes, you know, it's a good idea just to see a movie, just to see it and not really think much about it. You know it's probably going to be crap. It's not going to offer much of anything. But you hope at least you're going to be entertained and this and that and the other. Well, this is just not one of those movies. I almost want to say it could have been potentially a good, bad movie, but it seems like it was directed to be that, and it just fails miserably. So, long story short, this story is set in Ohio, and there's a little Bigfoot and a mama Bigfoot, if I understood correctly. And the little Bigfoot sees this guy who's looking for his cell phone and in the woods, and the guy who's armed with a rifle, who's a bit of a drunk anyway, decides to shoot him. And shoots little Bigfoot, kills little Bigfoot, that's that. Says, "You're on my land, you're done." Mama Bigfoot comes out of nowhere and charges after him and kills the guy. So now Mama Bigfoot is pursuing anybody in the woods who is human and chases them, kills them, rips them apart to shreds. This is your movie. Zach Galligan, who most of you might know from Gremlins and for some others from Waxwork from back in the day, and he's done a lot of B, C, D type movies, plays a detective. And there's also a ranger. I don't know anybody else in this cast, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think, I believe, yes, Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother, appears in this movie. And those are the 2 big stars of this movie, which is what you would expect for this type of production, which clearly looks like it was shot in just a couple of days, but maybe it was shot in 2 weeks. I don't know. I didn't venture to find out more about it. There are just a couple of oddball characters, but there's no real sense of personality. It's not very well acted at all. This is like grade school acting. They just show up and do their lines. And, you know, there was a movie like that back in the day. There are a lot of movies like that. But in particular, one I saw not long ago called Mano's Hands of Fate, which is a ridiculously stupid title. That movie was basically assembled, as I once put it. It wasn't really edited. It was just sort of, okay, here's the camera and do something. Okay, here, shoot. Okay, shoot. Okay, say your line, shoot. I mean, I doubt there were too many takes done for this movie. And I don't know why I even thought of watching this. I think it was Zach Galligan that sort of lured me to it. And there are a lot of other movies I need to be watching. But sometimes I just like to watch something that numbs the brain a little bit, just to see what they're doing, just to get an idea of a low-budget independent feature. But you can be sure they could have really spent, at the very least, a week developing more of a story and a screenplay with some measure of imagination. Plus, the Bigfoot, the Mama Bigfoot, which looks nothing like the poster for this movie, and you'll see the poster, it looks like any one of the creatures that they have spotted, supposedly, in real life. You know, whether it's in the Pacific Northwest or wherever. Interesting location, Ohio. I don't know why they chose Ohio, but they did shoot in Ohio, so, okay, sure. I mean, I'm not looking for reality here. But this movie is just more than just slipshod. It is nothing. I mean, this is just one of the original title is Camp Out. It's just a movie that, I mean, it aims to do nothing. It just is there. And the creature just doesn't look well designed. and it's just a rampaging creature. It could have been anything. I mean, why make it Bigfoot? Well, because I guess Bigfoot sells, and they can sell it to some market and make some money, and that's that. And there are a lot, I was looking at this, there are a lot of low-budget Bigfoot movies out there. A lot. I mean, I was, like, shocked at some of these titles. One of them even has Sam Elliott. It's called Bigfoot and Hitler or some crazy nonsense. I mean, I'm all for nonsense, but at least entertain me a little bit. Throw in some thrills, some chills. Creature that's more or less well designed. The other problem is the creature is sometimes shown during the day, and they show it up close. It just doesn't look right. It looks like a guy wearing a mask, really, that looks like it's made out of clay. It just doesn't even have the features that you would expect from maybe a Sasquatch of any kind. So that's all I got to say about this movie. I can't really say much more. There are two good bits in this movie. One is a lovemaking session in the woods. It's weird, but it actually wasn't bad. But most of this movie is just not very well choreographed. And the couple that's making out, of course, they're impaled with a stick by Bigfoot. I don't know, if Bigfoot can throw you against a tree and impale you on a tree branch and do all sorts of things and just crush your head. But yeah, pick up a stick and drive it through a couple that's trying to make love in the woods. It's the old Jason Voorhees, thing, except it's a stick, not a knife. Yeah, this is just absolute garbage. That's all I got to say. Sometimes I like to look at one of these movies, and I'm not actually writing a review for this one. I'm just doing this, a raw review. I think it's all it really deserves. Those are my thoughts. So let me know if you've seen this movie or any other Bigfoot movies, or if you believe in Bigfoot. I don't know. I don't know if I really do or not. But at any rate, let me know if you've seen it or whatever. And if you like what you hear, please subscribe to my channel. And this is Jerry Saravia at the Movies, signing off.